What is up, YouTube? This is DBZ49 coming at you with a very spicy, underrated deck in this format, and that is Unchained. I'm very excited to showcase what this deck has to bring to the table. But before I get into this profile, a couple of things. Number one, Triff Gaming hosted a live stream online tournament a couple days ago, and I took the same exact build and I topped with it. So, and I played really good decks. I played Subterror, Salmon Great, and the final deck I played against was Rocket Links. And I wiped all of them clean. So it's a very good deck, very powerful deck. And one of the reasons why is because if you notice that people's side deck, it doesn't cater towards this deck, and so people don't know how the deck really functions, and you utilize that to your advantage to help you win games. Another thing is, like, this deck is very resilient, and it can break boards. It doesn't matter what kind of board your opponent has, it'll break it, and it can go first or second. But this is a primarily blind second build, but if someone ever does make you go first, like, you're fine. And so without any further ado, let's get on with the main deck, and I'll explain every single tech choice that I made. Starting off with the main deck, we played the one Abominable Unchained Soul. Very, very powerful card. And besides these new support cards that came out, and Ignition of Soul, or the special edition, it really helped this deck out a lot, and this is one of them. So pretty much, you can only special summon this card once per turn. On special summon, you can discard a card, destroy one card on the field, meaning that this card does not target. So if they wanted to respond to it, they have to respond like an imperm or something, but if they don't, then it's a free pop on the field, non-targeting. It's really good. If this card gets destroyed, during the end phase, you can special summon it, and if it leaves the field, you put it on the bottom of your deck. That's why we only run one copy. The only problem with running one copy is that you play Triple Desire, so you don't want to see this card banished, because this card is a really big beat stick, helps you OTK in some instances, and gets over big monsters, so it's a very powerful card. Moving on, we play a Double Disaster. It's one of the few bricks that you can draw, but nevertheless, it's a very good card. So it has two effects. One, you can target one monster on your opponent's side of the field and link it away. And two, if this card gets destroyed by any means, you can special summon any Unchained monster from your graveyard. So that's really good. It has 3,000 defense, and we'll get to that, why that's really good. It's a level 8 Fiend. And, you know, if you ever have it in your hand, it's a discard outlet for cards like Super Poly and this card. And I'll run one, honestly, sometimes side the other. But because you run Triple Desires, it's like your only draw card in the deck, technically speaking. That's why you run two of this. Otherwise, I would only play one. Next, we play Triple Sarama. Sarama's really good. So we'll go into the Unchained cards in a little bit. So the smaller Unchained monsters, they float. So every time they get destroyed by a battle card effect, you can special summon a different named Unchained monster from your hand or deck. So it's really good. Also, this card's effect is you can target one Unchained card from your graveyard, set it on your side of the field, and pop any other card on your side of the field. So you can recur your trap cards from your graveyard, pop another Unchained monster, and special summon another card, whether it's a Disaster, Abominable, whatever you need. So this card's really good. Next, we play a Triple Aruha. He's your combo starter, so pretty much if he's in your hand, you can target one card inside the field, destroy it, and special summon it. So it helps trigger your face-down trap cards or your face-down spell cards. You know, if they get popped, you can special summon from your deck, and it gets your engine going. So he's really good. But on the field, he doesn't do anything. Next, we play Triple Rakea. Rakea is also really good. So he has a quick effect. During other player's turn, you can target one card on your side of the field and pop it. And but you can't pop it. You can pop itself, but when it triggered, because another thing I forgot to mention was that once you use these two cards' effect, you're locked into Fiends for the rest of the turn. So make sure that if you need to summon anything else besides the Fiend, you do it before you activate these cards' effects. So that's very important. And yeah, so it's really good because, like, you can swing and then swing with this card, and then you pop this card, special summon like Abominable, swing for 3,000. It's really neat things you can do to help, like, you know, OTK people or just trigger other cards' effect. Or if you want to trigger this card's effect, you can. It has really good interactions with the deck. Next, we play a Triple Tour Guide, another very good normal summon. Pretty much special summon any level 3 free monster from your hand or deck, but its effects are negated. But I'll show you a really cool combo at the end of this video. Next, we played the Dark Spirit Malice and Dark Spirit Banishment. So these cards are actually really nice. So real quick, this card, whenever your opponent activates a card effect, you can discard this card or tribute from your side of the field to the graveyard. Special summon a level 8 or less, special summon a level 8 fiend monster from your graveyard. And if a level 8 fiend monster leaves the field, except during the battle phase, I believe, you can recur this card from your graveyard to your hand. So it's an ongoing loop. So I'll show you a really cool combo with Tour Guide and this card and this card. But I think this one's the better one because during the battle phase, if your opponent wants to just attack declaration, you can send this card from your hand or field to the graveyard, summon a level 8 fiend monster from your graveyard in any position, and immediately do damage calculation with that monster. So it's very unexpected. You can, whip out this card from your graveyard and make your opponent swing into this card, and it could really shift the momentum of the duel. They can lose a lot of life points, and it's very unexpected. And also, you get recurrent if a level 8 monster leaves the field, except during the damage step, you can add this card back. So these two cards, is a very good defensive mechanism to have. Next, we play for our hand traps triple Fantastical. I think it's still a very fantastic card to play, all because it's a heavy combo format, and decks that most meta decks rely on using link monsters, and decks that don't, you don't have to really fear them too much, and even that's an easy side out. Being able to fix your hands and draw into your board breaking cards, it's a very good card to have. Finally, for your monster to play double Ash, because this is probably the most versatile hand trap right now. Next, we play triple Abomination's Prison. Now, this is the Rhoda of your deck. However, the problem with this card is that it's an Abomination card. It's not an Unchained card, so you can't, recur it with Sarama, so that's very unfortunate. But if this card's set and is destroyed, you can switch summon an Unchained monster from your deck. So that's really cool. Next, we play triple Super Poly. In my opinion, it's probably one of the best cards right now in this format. The fact that it's 3, we maximize on it. And also, our focus is to break boards. And in every meta deck now, you see that Super Poly is a viable target in any of those matchups. So that's really good. It's also a good card to go first or second. Next, we play a triple Desires. It's the only draw card in your deck, aside from, I guess you could say, Phantazmay. And since we primarily run 3-ofs of most stuff, it's okay to banish some stuff. However, we do run a few 1-ofs, like the Dark Spirits and then the Abominable. But, yeah, you want to see cards. So next we play double Lightning Storm to get rid of problematic back row. And, yeah, even the Regeki effect comes sometimes. Next we play Mind Control and the Unchained Souls. So Mind Control is obvious, because, like I said, we're trying to break boards. And this card's pretty good. So on Link Summon, once per turn on a Link Summon for an Unchained monster, you can pop a card on the field. And also, if it's set and it gets destroyed, you can special summon an Unchained monster. Next for your traps, we play a triple Escape. So pretty much you target an Unchained monster on your side of the field, pop it, and then target one card on your opponent's side of the field, destroy it. So it's searchable off of the prison. So if you need to get rid of a problematic card, you can always search this card to get rid of it, especially Mystic Mind. So that's pretty good. Next, we play a triple Chamber. It doesn't target. You can summon a Unchained monster from your hand or deck, or hand or graveyard, and special summon it. So that's pretty good. And that is it for the main deck. Now moving on to the side deck, we play triple Nibiru for those heavy combo decks. And also, if I didn't mention already, this deck can go first and second. So I made my deck to where it can do both, but it's a blind second build. And triple Dark Wheel no more for decks that spew out 7-8 negates. You just slap this card and just continue on breaking their boards. Next we play triple Cosmic Cyclone for the problematic back row decks. Next we play triple Summon Limit if you ever feel the need to go first, or if someone makes you go first. This is an excellent floodgate card to run to prevent your opponent from making big plays, and you can easily just link it away with your Rage, and just make it difficult for your opponent to play. And next you play a triple Evenly Match to get rid of, it's probably one of the best side deck cards to play right now. And so that is it for the side deck. Now moving on to the Spice, the extra deck. We play the one Unchained Abomination. By far the best card in the deck. Has 3 effects. and they work really well with this deck in particular. So I'll explain the 3 effects real quick. One, if a card gets destroyed by a card effect, you can pop a card. If a monster gets destroyed in battle, it doesn't matter if it's your monster or post-monster, you get to pop a card. During the end phase, you get to pop a card. So it could potentially be 3 pops in 1 turn. And not to mention that it goes in tandem with your other effects, so you can combo off with this card. So it's really powerful. Next, we'll play the double Anguish. So it's a link 3. You can target 1 card on your opposed side of the field and link it away. And if it dies, you can add a fiend monster from your graveyard to your hand. So you can even add a tour guide if you wanted to. So that's pretty good. So we play 2 of that. Next, we play a triple Rage. I might cut this to 2. I'm not sure yet. Because there's other cards I really want to play, like the Topologic package, as in Cherubini and Bomber Dragon. But unfortunately, we don't have space for it. But this card's really good. So during your opponent's main phase, you can immediately link this card and a special summon monster from your opponent's side of the field and link it away. Usually we go into either him or Unicorn. The Unicorn to spin away problematic cards. Next, we run the 1 Borrelsword for the OTK and the 1 Zeroboros. Believe it or not, I go to this card a lot because you play Desires, and if you banish like 20 cards or something, you can just swing over for game. And also, you can if you have one of the trap cards, you can or if you wanted to float, you can put it underneath the arrow and banish the whole field if you need to, and then just summon right back and swing for OTK. Unicorn I already explained because of the Anguish, or the Rage. You can target something, summon Unicorn, spin something else, and then 1 Cherubini. For the combo, I'll show real quickly in the end, and also all your Super Poly targets right here. They're all good for every matchup. Rockets, Salads, and Orchis or what have you. Dragostapelia especially is really good for Invoke Shaddolls, and the Mudragon for the most generic matchups. So anyways, let me show you the combo real quick. It involves Cherubini, any spell or trap abomination card, tour guide, and Aruha. So I know it's a 3-card combo, but if someone makes you go first and you open these 3 cards, it's actually pretty insane. So we'll go ahead and normal summon the tour guide to summon any of the Dark Spirit cards. So we'll go ahead and just summon this. Link these 2 away to summon Cherubini. Cherubini effect. Send the other Dark Spirit to your graveyard. Where is it? Right here. So we'll send this to the graveyard. Gates however much attack, so that's fine. We'll go ahead and set the Unchained. It doesn't matter what this card, as long as you're able to pop a special summon. Activate Aruha effect. Send this to the graveyard effect. Summon Sarama. Sarama effect. Target the trap or spell to recur it. Pop the Aruha effect triggers, and then you summon Disaster. Okay, now you go ahead and link these 2 away, and you're supposed to summon Rage, and then the Dark Spirits effect triggers. So you'll have these 2 cards in your hand. It's because it's really good at defense mechanism. Also, you have a trap card that you can also special summon from your grave if you need to. You have an interruption right here, and Cherubini is also pretty good because it can, it's Cherubini. So yeah. Anyways, that is it for the combo. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or any comments, please post it down below on the video. I always try my best to respond. If you hit that like and subscribe button, have a nice day.